All right, welcome to part 3. In this, we're going to go over how to finance your route. So part 2, if you've seen the previous part, you did the ride along, you liked the Snyderlands, it's a good location, the multiple's right. So now, talk me through the next steps. Okay, you like the route. What do I have to do next to purchase the route?
So there's certain steps to take to lead you down to owning the route. So one of the first things they're going to look at is setting up your business name, whether it's an LLC or an S corp. It's pretty easy to do. You can just do it online. I did it through incorporate.com. And then once that's all done, then you would go into looking at your finance options.
Okay, so now I know that's what Snyders, they have a bank that they work with.
Mm-hmm.
And what is it? You put a certain amount down. How does that work?
Right. So, one of the ways is they usually want about 10% of the route down. So if the route's $150,000, you would want roughly $15,000 down, and then you can finance the rest. So Snyders will partner with, I believe it's M&T Bank or Bank of America, and then they will walk you through the process on how to get financed through that way.
So, and this is interesting. So it's kind of, they partner with a bank because they want to sell, they want these routes to work. So it's not like buying a vending route. They are backstopped by Snyders, right?
Correct.
So if someone, let's say something happens, you buy your route and you have to make your payment and then you stop making money, XYZ, what happens to the route? How does that look?
Okay, so if there's so the bank is automatically going to withdraw the money from the route every single week. So they get their money first. And if, God forbid you lose the route, then they will take it back from you and sell it to somebody else.
What do you mean lose the route? How can I lose the route? I bought the route. How can I lose the route?
Right. That's a good question. So obviously when you buy a route, you have a contract. So if you default on your part of the contract, whether it's not showing up to the stores, added dates, things like that, missing sales opportunities, not following a planogram, then you are defaulting on the contract. And after so many, slaps on the wrist, they can take the route away from you.
Okay. So let's get, I did the ride along. I like it. Okay. Can I pay cash for it? Can I just buy it?
Yes, you can.
So I can buy it outright and own it. I won't have a payment. Or I need to finance it. And what the majority of people do is go through the Snyders bank, right?
Right. Yeah, usually most of my experience, everyone goes through Snyders and, they tell you who the loan officer is going to be and so on and so forth. Another way that you could do is you could finance it on your own as far as, to get a small business loan through a bank on your own. You necessarily don't need Snyders, or like I said previously, if you have cash to pay for the route outright, you could do that.
But 90% of the routes are purchased, if they're financed through the Snyders bank because
Correct.
They're more lenient on as far as getting approval. Your credit score doesn't have to be, it's not.
Right.
Because the bank, the loan is backstopped by the corporation, right?
That's correct.
So if they default, Snyders will take your route back and they'll sell it, right? They'll sell it, and so they back the loan up. So that's kind of how that works.
Right.
What are the normal terms of the loan? How many years? Like what does it look like?
So your basic loan is going to be 10 years, and they set the interest rate. They already give that to you. So it's pretty much all done for you.
Okay, so typically it's a 10-year note on your loan amount minus your down payment, right? You put your money down, you get a 10-year note. They take it out at the end of every month. So those are really the only options, right? You just finance it.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to add too that I had my route during COVID, and times were tight for a lot of us. So I had the option to defer my route payment for, I believe, 3 months. Now, obviously, when you do that, the interest is still accruing, but the payment stops for that 3 months. So my route payment was roughly $500 a week. So I was able to put a stop to that. However, the interest is being still accrued on the back end of the loan. So you still owe the money, but during the rough time that I was having, I was able to get by that way by deferring my route payment.
Now, okay, so you saw the route, you want to buy the route, you would go through Snyders, right? You go through there and they walk you through that process. They have what is it called? A route acquisition team, or what's the...
Right, yes.
Like if I'm buying a route from you, there's a person that we come in contact with that
Correct.
brokers the deal.
Yes.
Correct? So
Yes.
they will walk you through. So it's not like I'm just paying you and that's it.
Right.
There's they're in the middle to make sure that everything gets transferred and that you're approved and everything lines up.
Right.
Okay.
That's correct.
So it's not just two people going and saying, here, you want to buy this route for $100, and they kind of walk through the process. So that's good too, that if you need documents or you need something, they can help you out there.
Right, because you're also going to need commercial auto insurance as well. There's certain requirements you're going to have to be able to buy the route. Like I said, like your business name, loan approval, and then commercial auto insurance. Whether, like I said earlier, if you have a truck and a trailer or a box truck, there are certain requirements to protect you and the company as well.
Cool. All right. Well, that was part 3. Let us know in the comments if you have questions about that, about how the financing works. But yeah, stay tuned for the next part in the series. But most importantly, remember, until next time, keep your drinks cold
And your snacks fresh.